Hello and welcome back. Yes, indeed. If you guys were reading what was happening on the screen, I've uncollected sashes. You know what? You know why that happened? It's because the sashes that I was supposed to collect are the same sashes that are also um, good for reputation. And I consumed the sashes I've collected, so there. I wasted that. It was just funny. Crumbling seal, a long forgotten crumbling seal. Yes, one more of those. Most of the seal has been destroyed, but a few lines are still legible. That was the same case as the previous seal. In any case, welcome back, friends. That was so silly of me. Before I started streaming, I consumed all the sashes I've collected. And of course, that resulted in me losing all the sashes I've collected for the purpose of the quest. And so, what can one do? What can one do? Except keep fighting. The good news is, as silly as that was, number one, I can keep collecting sashes just fine. Number two, we do need to defeat plenty more tomb robbers, not tomb robbers, tomb robbers. And because of that, it's just a minor setback. We're already at 5 out of 10. Also, we actually need to be looking at other. Excuse me, Buck. What? This bug managed to confuse me? Great. I guess I'm getting weaker when confused. So, as I was saying, we need to look at more seals that are crumbling. Crumbling seals. So we found those two, and we need to find two more in order to be done with that portion here. Aha, there is one here. Okay. Fine. Okay. Same deal with this one. Now, where would the last one be? That can potentially be a little bit tricky. So, not too tricky. There we go. That's the last one, I think. Okay. Now, let's see. Let us see. So, black badges as well, Tomb Raider sashes, that's easy. Let's see what makes sense for us to do next. Yeah, next we should travel east, I guess. But somehow I thought, let me see. Defeat Angmarim, destroy Angmarim orders, yes. More sashes, yeah. I guess that's it, yeah. Okay, so, wow, that is a steep place. But no matter. Nothing we haven't seen before. Nothing we haven't seen before. Wait, does that send us this way? Yeah, well, it's a larger area though. So let's defeat some bats and some barghests at Part Aduial. Let's see. In terms of the sashes collection, we can just be... We can collect, or rather, we can collect sashes from anywhere around Eventim as long as we find tomb robbers, I guess. So that's good. That's actually pretty good. That means We don't have to look at a specific place to finish that quest. That's great. Wait, who? I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Oh, Tom Rubber Ambusher ambushed us. Again? I have to admit, the regular Tom, I'm not sure why I keep saying Tom. Tom is a name, yes, it's a nice name, but we're talking about tombs here and tomb robbers. In any case, tomb robbers in general are pathetic, but the ambushers are pretty good. They were able to ambush me a couple of times already. Not that that helped them in any way. Okay, maybe you hold the last sash that we need? Yes, indeed. Great. So now, let's not consume those. It was so funny, it undid our quest, guys. In a very funny way. Again, if you look at the beginning of this episode, you'll see how the number of sashes collected goes down. It doesn't go up or stay stable, no, it does go down. Let's see, is that a Barghest already? Oh yeah. And it's kind of gloomy here, the sky changed. A fearsome Barghest. Defeated like nothing. And then a malevolent Shadowwing, also defeated very easily. Okay. Let's see, another one here. So, we need to defeat 8 bats and 6 Barghests. Shouldn't be too bad. I think I already saw some flapping wings over there. Oh yes. Can't escape from our cool new magically shining boat. Also known as what? A smooth Lebatron crossbow of precision. Has a cool glowing effect. And again, even though I'm champion and I like my melee weapons the best, I still care a little bit about my ranged weapon, especially when I need to invite something to come and fight me from a distance, which is useful in many occasions. A Stone Great Barghest, yes. And another Shadowwing here. Very well. I see another bat over there. So, then I'll probably have to go ahead and defeat some Angmarine as well. Though, I'm sure we'll have to return to the island as well and return a bunch of quests before we get too carried away. Pretty nice overall. I like this place. It's pretty neat. Excuse me, bat. Come here. Yes, Barghest. Okay, one more of those, and it should be done. What about you guys? You look cool. What are you wearing on your head? Like a really cool hairdo, like a undead hairdo. The undead hairdo of choice is the long one, apparently. And why don't you count for a deed, a slayer deed? Okay, we're done with the bats. And we need, oh, 2 more Barghests. Thought we have defeated 5, but here is the 5th. Here is the 5th. Dun, 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 dun. Wow. We'll add some structure to this episode, don't you worry. Don't you worry. Okay, here is the last Barghest. And let's take another look at our map and see what makes sense next. I think what does make sense next is to go back to Tinudir. Oh, we didn't even I didn't even realize that I haven't reset my go to location. So I'll go the long way to the island. I'll meet you right over there. Yes, we ate some quest items instead of returning them to the quest giver. Yes, we ate some quest items instead of returning them to the quest giver. Tra la la. Funny me, funny us. Well, we still collected 10 more sashes, and that was good. Let's talk to some people here. Let's hear for more stories.
What can I do for you?
Look at how, even after these years, the colors have still retained their vibrance. I wonder if the pieces you found all belong to one tapestry or too many. Is that the main thing that troubles your mind these days? Okay, well, that's that. And threads of the past. That's all you're gonna say? Really? Not even thank you? Great. Okay, let's next talk to Gerhebnir.
What do you need?
Those lines you read to me indicate Tamvaran was owned by a family from the south, likely Gondor. Ooh, as far away as Gondor. This is a very interesting. This is very interesting indeed. Yeah, this is actually very interesting. Okay, got another title awarded, a deed completed. The new deed will be ally. That's all good. Now we're friends. Good, good. And even though we're friends, they still don't trust us completely around here. So let's talk to Forcon as well.
How can I be of service?
You return, and in victory. I confess that I did not fully expect either of those tidings. There is more work to be done, Basabor. Well, of course.
Might I take a moment of your time?
The more lazy you are, Rangers, the more work for me, yes. It is not yet enough, Basabor. I need you to show me that you hold the history of the Dunedain as important as I or Astiel. Why? Why would I hold it as important as you guys? I hold it important. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a Dunedain myself. I'm from Bree. Have no Dunedain lineage in my family, so anyhow. My point is, I don't need to prove that to you to earn your trust. Okay, keep talking now. If Kalenglad does decide to help you, I will not be held responsible if you turn to plunder. Sure. In part Aduya, just north of the road that runs through the fields of Fornost, there is a small graveyard called Gortost. The names, birth dates, and death dates listed on the stones there have not been recorded. Take this charcoal and this parchment and make rubbings of the graves at Gortost. Beware of the bats and barghest, which we already defeated, that are sure to prowl nearby. Yeah, oh yeah, there'll be more. Gortos is by a collapsed wall north of the ruins of Ost Herin, and also north of the road. If you return from this errand, our ancestral records will be more complete, and you may have proved your worth to me. Perhaps. Perhaps, you say? Fine. Grave rubbings, huh?
Greetings.
Gortos is by a collapsed wall in Partaduya, Basubur, north of the Ostherin and the road that runs eastward toward the fields of Ornost. I'm still waiting for you to use the charcoal and parchment I gave you to make rubbings of the graves there. Great. Very informative. Now, do we have anything else complete around here? Let's look at all the nearby quests. Because I might have easily missed something. Okay, looks like that's it for now. My inventory of goods is second to none. Really? Root Besane? Maybe around here.
What do you need?
Dry rations? That's your best list? Simple rations? How do you pronounce rations? 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 Rations, I guess. Rations. Okay, let's not... Let's keep the sashes again. Let's not sell them. So we can either consume them for reputation or sell them and still fail the quest. Great. Let's log them so as not to sell them. Okay, good. Now let's sell everything. Yeah, repair. Good. And what's next? Whatever is the nearest, I think. Well, except for the meta quest of loyalty's proof, so let's remove that one. Still confuses. And now, yes, we do have more quests to return. At the other part of the island. It's not really an island. I don't know why they call it an island. It's well, I guess technically it's connected with a bridge to the mainland. So yes, it is an island. It almost looked like it almost looked like a peninsula to me, but it is an island. I stand corrected. Okay, now let's talk to. Sorry to interrupt your conversation here, but we need to talk to Kanuyon here.
Greetings.
Your actions speak well of your skill and bravery. Would that I could reward you more handsomely for your efforts, but our resources are drawn thin, and our thanks must suffice for the time being. Oh yeah, plus I get a reputation, so I'm totally fine. Nothing to worry about. Great, so return to one quest. And now we have to go to a particular place in part of Duya. We were there just now, but this goes further east, so I'll just meet you over there. Okay, returning to Parto Duyao and the gloomy skies, which are not so threatening as they seem. They're just a different hue after all, right? Okay, now we need to find the graves and see who is after us. Anybody? Nobody? Okay, good. Let's see. Here is Gortost. Any lore about Gortos? Not really, right? But I should double check. Wait a second. Why can't I see Troll shows, Misty Mountains, North Downs? Where is the Vendim? Do you guys see a Vendim? Because I don't see it. And that's weird. Oh, there is a Vendim all the way up here. I don't know why. Ruins of a Vendim, yes, but nothing about other locations yet. Never mind. The gravestone has been worn down by the passage of time. Yes, indeed. Using charcoal and parchment on this one. Then on this one. So we came all the way up here. And we're making rubbings, which is fine. And yet we're learning nothing. Not even like a tidbit of some facts for us to read after using the charcoal and parchment, you know? In other words, we're just returning the rubbings and they'll say, thank you for returning, blah blah blah. But we're not learning nothing of the history. How those people died, why, in what circumstances, what mattered to the living at that time. Nothing. Just making rubbings of graves at Fornost. 4 out of 4. Generic information. I don't like it. Well, maybe, except if, once we return now, if we actually learn more from the quest giver, then it should be fine. Let's see. But we should not return right away. Because why not venture north this time, northwest, and try to find a solution to the riddle that we started last time. If you guys recall, we read some more riddles at the crossings place. And maybe this time we'll be greeted by another riddle, or maybe we'll find a treasure. I don't know. We shall find out. Okay. So, how far is that place? And of course, I'm sure there'll be more things to do here at Ost Forot. Have no doubt about that. A nice coterie of people following us, but not for long. Well, actually, guys, I apologize, but we should actually exhaust the quest that way first, I think, before heading to Ost Forot, where I'm sure we'll pick up more quests. So let's instead go this way and to Tamornen, where we have to defeat Angmarim, which of course is a more serious threat than defeating some ivy on walls. Ibis can be tough, don't get me wrong, but the worst they can do is destroy some old ruins, of which we've gathered most of the history already. While the Angmarin can threaten the whole of Middle-earth these days. So let's start with those guys. Aha! Invaders from Angmar is a new deed. Very good. Okay. Defeat Angmarim in and around Anuminas. That's all the lore will be given. Great. Regardless, let's defeat them. Huh. Are they into drums? They like drums and obviously they like weapons. They like tents. What else do they like? I'm not sure about whether this holds some type of drink, potion, or infusion, or who knows. Unfortunately, as soon as we approach them with such questions of how they live around here, they just greet us with their swords and weapons, so we have no time for chat, only for fighting. Which, of course, is unfortunate. And we are collecting some badges for them as proof, which is good. Yeah, it's not a tiny place, actually. It's bigger than I thought it would be. They also like sitting on crappy chairs, because these look pretty basic. But okay, whatever. A hymn chanter. What kind of hymns are you chanting to your fellow Angmarin here? And here are some orders that we need to pick up. Or rather destroy, really. Okay. What if they have separate copies somewhere? Destroying those won't really set them back much. Expeditionary. Come to me here, expeditionary. Another black badge collected. What else? More orders to destroy here, next to another hymn chanter. I have nothing against hymn chanters. Hymns can be meaningful and nice to hear. But somehow I don't trust the hymns those people sing. Sure, they only mean evil. Oh, we picked up a quest item. Tam Andalat was the ancient home of a great smith, one who made the weapons for the line of kings themselves. Wow. While most of his work has been lost to history, his influence is seen in every blade we wield. Goblins now camp within the walls of the ruins, foul and wicked creatures. They are more clever than I often give them credit for and very devious. However, if done correctly, one can trick them into believing something much larger is going on around them and frighten them into a panic. Night and day, the flames of Tam Andalat are constantly burning. The goblins never let them go out. They must fear the darkness and believe something out there will get them if the fires are not lit. If we were to be both the quencher of those flames and the object of terror in the darkness, the goblins will flee from the ruins with great haste. Once they're gone, another part of our history falls back within our hands. Well, maybe just temporarily, though. Tam Andalat. Okay, so that's the next area we should explore, I guess. But let's read about Tam Ornen, where we are currently situated, and see what the lore says. The smallest of the great houses, and still pretty significant, huh? The smallest of the great houses of Arnor built their estate here at Tam Ornen. While they could not claim the wealth or power of the other houses, it is said that this family had close ties with the royal line of the kings of Anuminas. As such, they suffered few of the more difficult turns of fate that befell many of the other houses. So the wealth is not the best necessarily, right? And were highly respected throughout their long history. Nevertheless, their fate became inextricably twined with that of the royal line, so as the power of Arnor fragmented and faded, so too did the family of Tamornen fade into the pages of history. Good. I like lore like that, different places, different lore. It's great. I hope that we'll learn at least a little bit from the rubbings of the graves we did. Let's see, we still need to collect various plaques, but that's not something that's limited to this particular place, is it? I think not. Okay. Well, I think we could just go nearby and, well, after defeating Deadeye and Angling here. Oh no, we have to collect two more badges. Let's do that, and then let's finish that episode that way. And then we shall venture a little bit further north for our next quest. Actually, not sure why they don't. Oh, I guess the collected black badge quest is not tied to the menu. What I'm trying to say here is that when you hover over an enemy, it kind of gives you what current quests they're related to. But the quest that asks us to collect badges as proof that we defeated them was not one of the quests listed. I guess maybe they can only list a couple of quests. In any case, we completed the Black Badges quest as well. And next, we should go there next time and then head back to Tinodir and continue. We'll have way more to do here in Evendim, way more than it seems even, because even though a large portion of Evendim is occupied by the lake itself, there's so much more to do and so many more places to visit, including on the islands within the lake. So on that note, I'm excited to continue adventuring with you guys here in Evendim. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.